Hello crafting. In today's video, we shall be using Asoke to make this beautiful bow headband. Let's get crafting. So for my Asoke, I'm using 36 inches length, and Asoke is like each row is 6 inches, so I'll use two and sew it along the length to widen it to get the desired width I want. So my desired width now was 12 and the length I'm using is 36 inches. So I folded the width end of the Ashoke, the both sides. After folding, I turned it over to get my midpoint. Now after my midpoint, the reason is so my bow will be central, it will not be lobbing to one side, so it will be central. So once I get my midpoint, I straight open it up, then bring one part, the right part to the center, the left part to the center, like you saw me do in the video. Then once I gotten that, I turned it over and I will now sew through the midpoint, through the center. Now this is to enable me like bring together the width. Ashoke is a bit thick. It has a little bit of stiffness to it. So it's to help me bring it together. Then I will run over with my thread to keep it in place. So I'm doing my running stitch at the midpoint to help bring my Asoke together for me to now run it over. Now the running over is to ensure that your bow you're forming stays in place, is firmly fixed to how you want it to be. So you have to be a little bit patient because it's really tough for you to push through your needle. So but we have to get the job done. So little patience and you pull through, then you manipulate it and get it to the point where you want it to be. So now for Ashoke, you have like basically two types. Now this one that is plain and the one that is you see a plain with another color to it. I was told those are the best of the Ashokes and they are more expensive. Like this plain one that is only one color, and the other one that you see with a combination of colors. But you see those shiny ones that have like glitters to it, it's still beautiful and fine, but it's not of the same quality like this type. So in case you go to the market, you get to know if you want to do it for your clients. And also it depends what the client is willing to pay for the work you want to do for them. So this one now and the one that has combination of colors together is what they told me, and from when you feel it you could actually see it, is the top quality, while those ones that have glitters on it is also beautiful and it has a texture to it, but is not of the same quality like this one. So just take note when you're going to buy. So I've turned and I've secured my bow. Now I formed my bow and I've secured it firmly. So just like I said, rope your thread round it and secure it firmly. Now that is for my big bow. For the second bow, e just the one line of Ashoke I use, I did not join it, and the length is 28 inches. Now all these measurements I'll put in the description box so that you get to see the measurement. So after forming my second, the smaller bow, now it's time for my net. So the net too, I bought the bigger size of the net. So the same thing we did to form the bow, just get the midpoint, bring it to center. So for the net, once I got the midpoint, brought it to the center, I just used my hand to like squeeze it and get to the midpoint, to the middle, and wrap it. Net is like very soft to work with. So I just brought it to the midpoint and wrapped it. So I didn't bother going through the eye of the net I didn't bother going through the eye of the neck, just brought it to the middle and wrapped it. Then for my feathers, these are the feathers I want to work with. So what I did, I want them to be together. So I just brought them together and I'll wrap it with thread. Now you can actually use glue to glue them a bit to hold it together before you wrap with thread. But I didn't use glue. I just went straight ahead to wrap with thread. Now this will keep, this way it stays together. And if you want a fuller looking feather, any other kind of feather, this is a trick you can also use to ensure you bring them together, tie them so they look fuller, like you have that full effect. So that's a trick you can use. So I just tie them till it's very tight and it stays together. So that's basically it, what I did at this point. So you can use any feather of your choice for your own design. It mustn't be this feather. And you can also use, it depends what your client wants, make your feather more fuller. I'm just working with this amount of feather, this number of feathers. So if your client wants a fuller feather or just maybe a single feather, be then like maybe this only the arrow feather or ostrich feather, any kind of feather your client wants or you prefer, you can use. But for me, this is the exact amount of feather I want to use. So now I want to place it. I'm just checking where to place it. I will be placing it next to the bigger bow, on the bigger bow. Then I will now start assembling. After I place my feather on the bigger bow, I will place my net. Then my smaller bow comes on my net. That is the step of placement I'm making for this bow. First my bigger bow, then my feather comes next, my net, then my smaller bow. So this is how I want my design to be. So it depends how you want to place yours, or if you want your placement to be different, but do what suits you. But this is how I want my own to look like. Then to my for my feather, I'm placing it to the left. You can decide how you want to place your own feather. Once I'm done and I'm happy with the outcome, I'll go in with thread to wrap around it. All is to keep it in place, to ensure you do a work that when your clients get to use it, it does not fall apart, it stays firm. So ensure that when you're wrapping with your thread, double your thread. The thread should not just be one single threading. Double your thread and wrap so that it's thick and it holds firmly. Wrap tightly so that it keeps your work together. So I'm done. Now it's time to place it on my headband. Now for how to this headband, I wrapped with a trimming, bias trimming. So if you want, you see the link to the top left of the video. I'll place the link to the top left of the video to see how you can wrap your headband beautifully and attach your elastic to ensure your elastic helps hold your client's head in place so that your your bow, even if your design is a bit heavy on your headband, it does not pull backwards when your client gets to use it, or you yourself, you're making for yourself. So that is the importance of having elastic to your headband. It helps secures and keep your headband firm on your client's head or your head. So now for this, my client wants her bow to be at the middle. So I'm ensure that I checked and see is at the middle. If you want yours to the side, please do well and put it to the side. But for my client, she wants it at the middle of her headband. So when she wears it, it's just at the top of her head and her face. So if you want it to the side of your face, do well to put it to the side of your headband. So after that, I will wrap my thread again round it to my headband to ensure it's firmly in place. Now to cover my thread, I did not measure the Ashoke used here. So I just checked and saw the width that it will be okay, but the length will be okay. So I had to cut through by the side, then I'll now join it at the top so it lengthens the ashoke now. When I do that, I'll now fold the two edges to ensure it's neat. I'll now wrap round it. So first of all, I checked and saw where the width that covered will cover around my headband, and I use glue to apply around it. Now the glue is to ensure that it helps hold it. It helps hold it because now our headband is now chunky. So it helps hold it in place. So once I apply glue everywhere, I'll now use the my ashoke to cover. Please remember I did not measure. I just used the ashoke and checked on it and saw the width that will be enough for my covering. I did not measure the length or the width. So it depends on the size of your bow. If your bow is bigger, you may need a bigger one. If your bow is smaller, you may need a smaller one. So you just check and use as it suits the size of your bow you're making. So I just wrapped and wrap tightly. This part, ensure you wrap tightly so it holds everything together. Wrap it very tightly. If you watched up to this point and you've not joined the crafting, what are you waiting for? Kindly click the subscribe button to join the crafting, and we have links on the description box that you can join our Telegram group, our Facebook group page. Then you follow me on Facebook at Ibis Fine Crafties, Instagram at Ibis Fine Crafties. Please join the crafting and welcome to the family. Any question you have, you can drop it at the comment section and I'll be glad to answer you. So once you see the part that the length that will be enough, you cut out the excess, then you apply glue and cover it up. Now we are not done. We will not just stop at applying glue. We'll go a bit further to ensure our work is perfect and your client will not come back telling you it's falling apart. After applying glue, now it's time to use needle and thread to stitch down. So I did not just run it through. I did like 3 stitches, one at both ends, then at the middle to fortify the glue we've used. So it's like two-factor authentication, the glue and the using needle to stitch down so it stays in place. So kindly subscribe, share so that other persons may see one or two information from this video that will be of value to them and add it to making their own designs. So kindly share for other people to like, and if you find value, please give it a thumbs up so it helps YouTube to push out my videos for more people to see. Thank you as you do that. This is our beautiful headband. Tell me this is not beautiful. It is beautiful. It is beautiful, so lovely, so unique, and so bold for your bold, beautiful women. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting my channel. Thank you for always sharing my video. Till meet again, whatever you think you can create, you can. So be creative. Till meet again next time. Bye.